Sheer dominance. Sheer dominance. That is the storyline for South Carolina women's basketball 2023-24, 2022-23, 2021-22. Sheer dominance. But let's talk about yesterday's game.
Turn that volume up. You know you want it. It's time for Women's Basketball TV with former NCAA champion, WNBA champion, business mogul, and national TV personality, Fran Harris. Let's get it.
It started out interesting. Hey, check your own heart, but I don't think anybody thought the game was going to start with Iowa with a double-digit lead. Nobody thought that. Not even Iowa, probably. But that's where we found ourselves as spectators, watching the screen going, hey, if it keeps going this way, this is going to be the upset of the century. And I love what Coach Dawn Staley said. I was nervous. I wasn't cool. I wasn't collected. I love the honesty. There's no way as a coach that your team goes down 10, 11 points and you're chilling. I've never seen it. Not in great coaches. They're too competitive. So it was cool to see that part of the game. It was cool to see that first quarter and go, okay, well, here we go. Strap it in. Put your seatbelt on. This is going to be a ride, because what we know about Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks is that they are competitors. What we know about Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks is that it ain't over until the last buzzer sounds. That's what we know about that team. We've seen that culture over the last decade, the last 5 years, the last 3 years. We know they weren't going to fold up the tent, put the tailgate stuff away, and go home. We knew that. And then the game got interesting. The game got super, super interesting. So let's talk about keys for the game that I shot. Did I send those to y'all? Or did I just put those somewhere else? Yeah, keys to the game. Oh, in the live. Yes, I did do a video yesterday. In the live. Keys to the game. Bench. Bench. In a national title game, an 8th-month season, fatigue is always a factor in March. You have to have a great bench. 37 points from the bench. 0 for Iowa. Can't win that way. Very difficult to win that way. It was going to come down to the bench. That was one of my keys. Been there, done that. We don't win a national title in 1986 without our bench. Connecticut doesn't win a national title, an undefeated national title, or any of their national titles without a bench. It does not happen. Now, this year's edition of Connecticut almost got to the point where they could win a national title with a very sparse bench. But we know what happened in that game. All right, so bench was very important. Strategy, another one of my keys to winning that game. Which coach was going to execute their strategy best? Which coach was going to execute their strategy best? If you watch any of the post-game interviews, Coach Dawn Staley talked about her newest assistant breaking down Iowa. And she also threw a compliment to Gino. She said, hey, we got to see what Connecticut did. And what they saw is what we talked about in yesterday's live. We saw them make it difficult for Caitlin. 30 points. Great, good, wonderful. But I guarantee you that 30 points was the road to that 30 points was a very different trek than Caitlin has taken all season long. There was always somebody fresh on her. There was also always somebody hounding her. Now, at the beginning of the game, she was given, it didn't matter who guarded her, she was giving them all the business. giving them all the business. But then fatigue becomes a factor, as we knew it would. Fatigue becomes a factor. You can only play at that level in March, in deep March, if you have a break. Caitlin Clark had to be on the floor the entire time. Fatigue was going to become a factor. It's an 8-month season. You got to have a bench. You got to be able to give your superstars a break, a blow, even if it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So that's what happened. Those were the biggest two factors in yesterday's game: strategy and bench. Everything else is there. Remember the givens, talent, competitors, all that's a given. But does your team have a bench? And does your coach have a strategy? And will that team execute that strategy for your good, for the W? Amazing game. Let's talk about Iowa. Iowa, as we know, got off to an amazing start, tremendous start, beautiful basketball, pass, give and go, pass, cut, extra pass, all that. Beautiful. It was a great display of, like, you know what? Let's come in, let's set the tempo, let's dictate the tempo. We're Iowa, let's go. And that's what we saw. On the other hand, I mean, as free as Dawn Staley says her team normally plays, they were not very free. But again, I've said this to y'all numerous times. There is pressure. There is pressure to be the team who is supposed to win. And that's what I believe was happening in the first quarter for South Carolina. Iowa was playing magnificent basketball. South Carolina was feeling it, feeling the crown of undefeated. You're supposed to win. That's what that was. And so what I was watching for was, okay, how are they going to respond to this moment? Because one of the things I also said in yesterday's live video, is it's never, and even the night before with Connecticut, it's never about the moment. It's about how you respond to the moment. So Iowa came out, drew first blood, drew a lot of first blood. It was very bloody in that first quarter. Iowa was playing terrific. How do you respond to that? We saw Dawn Staley just sit there. And by just sitting there, I don't mean with her hands under her legs. I mean letting that moment play out. Not panicking. Not being, what's my word? An alarmist. Not being an alarmist. Do you think that was hard for her coaching staff? Absolutely. To see her team go down double digits and the way Iowa was balling, you think that was easy? No. But she sat there. She didn't panic. She didn't become an alarmist. And because she didn't, they didn't. Because she did not lose her cool, they didn't lose theirs. They did what they've done all season long. They chipped. They competed. They never forgot who they were. And the game got interesting. That's how that game turned around. Now we got us. Yeah, now we got us a game. Now I'm sitting on my sofa like, this is what it's supposed to be like. And here's what we know. Without the services of a couple of more folks, Molly Davis being one of them, who y'all remember was injured and then came in late in yesterday's game just to be in that game. But were the personnel availabilities different, it might have been a different game. But we don't play the ifs, ands, and buts. We play what's there. We play the game with the players that are there. And South Carolina has been the best team all season long. I want great games for our sport. And the best team that shows up will win. Whether it's the best team on that day or it's been the best team all season, the best team will win. And that's what we saw yesterday. Incredible performance. Caitlin Clark, we'll miss you, but I can't wait to call games for Dallas and see you in Indiana. That's going to be incredible. Let's take this moment, though, to really savor the fact that South Carolina's only lost 3 games in 3 years. Let's take this moment to salute the fact that a tremendous college basketball player in Dawn Staley played at the University of Virginia Olympic teams. Let's take this moment to recognize and salute the fact that great players don't always make great coaches. I'm going to have to do a whole video on that. In fact, they rarely make great coaches. Let's take a moment to salute Dawn Staley for developing as a leader and a coach, recognizing that each team she has is a very different team, has its own identity, and granting permission for them to not fit into her box, but for them to be who they are and to let them extract their own greatness under her leadership. That is what has been so commendable for watching South Carolina this season for me. Dawn Staley has allowed her team to be who they are, not to make them fit the way that makes her feel better. And she admits that it hasn't been an easy ride, but that she has learned so much. How often do you hear coaches say that they've learned anything? That's what makes Dawn a great leader. She's a great learner. Incredible ride. Congratulations to the South Carolina Gamecocks and women's basketball fans. Y'all, there are none. I mean, seriously, we had the 2 best fan bases. I'm going to wrap this up, but we had the 2 best fan bases in the building yesterday. South Carolina, Iowa. Listen, that was a match made in basketball heaven. Great game. Congratulations to both teams. But salute and shout out to the Gamecock Nation for showing the world how it's done on so many levels. Fandom, coaching, product on the court, young women who compete, passionate, stick to the game plan. Amazing game. Loved every second of it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. What did y'all think of the game, though? Yeah, I mean, I know some of y'all were pulling for other people to be there, other teams to be in the Final Four, in the final game. But what were your thoughts on the national championship finale? See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to Women's Basketball TV with Fran Harris, the most provocative and entertaining women's basketball show on earth. Be sure to click that like, share and notification button so you don't miss a moment. We'll see you tomorrow.